So I'll just start right from the beginning. I never thought I wanted to run for student government. I wasn't really involved that much in student government in high school. I ran for Senate my freshman year. I became the first freshman to win in a competitive election in our Senate recorded history. So the winter quarter of my sophomore year, I ran for president. And against all the odds, we my campaign actually won. I was the first sophomore elected president in our recorded history, the first open Zionist who was elected, I think, ever. Throughout my time as a president, I dealt with many unsubstantiated, personal, vengeful attacks against myself and my friends, and they ranged from pretty minor to pretty extreme. I learned a lot about just how bad the situation on our campuses, as well as throughout most of California. We had people that were constantly making dog whistle anti-Semitic remarks. Criticism of Jews in Israel was perfectly common and acceptable on our table in our private conversations. At one of our student government meetings towards the end of my presidency, we had a town hall where another member of the table, our External Affairs Commission chair, she said that the Jews on our campus have been prioritized for far too long. I had Jewish students walk up to me and tell me how uncomfortable they were walking around the campus with a Magen David necklace on or with a kippah on, and it was my job to tell them that it'll be okay and that they need to stand strong. The thing is that throughout most of the smear campaign against me, they stuck with just character attacks. And that was one of the few things that kept me going, is it wasn't Michael Gofman did this, Michael Gofman did this to someone. It was Michael Gofman is bad. Michael Gofman is racist. And there were times when I really just did feel like the whole campus was against me. We've had swastikas on our campus, we've had neo-Nazis on our campus. Any group you can imagine, we've had them. I saw student government as a way of fighting for Jewish students and pro-Israel students on our campus as a whole. Right after I termed out of office, we were able to successfully overturn BDS on the basis that it is discriminatory against a group of students based on both their religion and their place of national origin. More than anything, ICC can provide the motivation to students that they're not alone, because a lot of times on campus when you're fighting a pro-Israel fight, when you're fighting to make your student government run better and serve all of its students, you really do feel like you're alone. This is the site that all the future leaders of the world are coming out of. There's a president of the United States who's right now in college. There's senators right now that are currently in college. It's our job to promote the truth so that these future leaders are exposed to the truth early, so that they know that when it's their decision whether or not they are going to sign a bill promoting some sort of pro-Israel policy, strengthening the US-Israel alliance closer, they'll be able to do so. Just because anti-Semitism won on your campus doesn't mean that it's won forever. And I want to help people understand the different ways that they can repeal it, because if we just give up after it passes, we lost. But if we keep fighting, and we keep fighting aggressively against it, we can still win.